Greetings YouTubers. This is going to be a short video regarding the 2002 through 2005-ish Explorer fresh air door issue that these things have. The problem is the door falls into the blower housing, which is on the other side where my finger is, and I can lift that up a little bit and kind of see what's going on. And when that happens, the blower cannot pull air from either the cabin or the outside. So you can see what I've done here is some guys are screwing these things in, but what I've decided to do is, for now, use some aluminized like duct tape, and I put that after I held the door in place. Unfortunately, I didn't get a video of the door. The door hinge is up at the top, so it may be counterintuitive at first if you don't realize, but the door actually hangs from the top. And then I'll show you the actuator if I can get into it. That silver can right there, that's the vacuum actuator that controls this door. And there's a plastic lever arm, if you will, and what happens is that lever arm breaks, and when it breaks, the door falls and comes out of the pivot point from the right side. There's a pivot point that's up in there that you can't see, but it rides along a channel, and there's like a pivot arm in there, but the thing that breaks is actually the actuator arm from the vacuum actuator, which is this silver thing here. So basically this thing should be free to move. However, the downside is with this door taped shut, you're only going to be able to get cabin air. So if you've got like a nice cool day where you wanted to use like the vents from the outside, you're not going to be able to do it because this door is now sealed shut. There's probably a way to get this rectangular housing off of the blower housing. I haven't figured it out, but one of those screws is right here. So if you push up on that, there's one in the back, which I'm sure the genius engineers over there at Ford have done on purpose. So my guess is this is probably going to be $1,000 repair, unless you do it yourself, or unless you just figure out a way to kind of jury rig this thing like I did. I tend to like to do things correctly, so I didn't want to drill holes and all that stuff. Now, one thing I did do, not being able to get to the door, is I cut slots with a utility knife, actually. So I cut a slot here, and then I cut a slot over here. And so what that did was that it allowed this flap right here, which actually gets bolted down, it would allow it to pivot up, and when I did that, then I was able to get in there and put the tape in and the door and all that stuff. Some guys are hacking out this whole piece right here, but that's not necessary. With a common utility knife like this one, you can just score along the edges a couple of times, and then it'll come free. The plastic here is pretty forgiving. And then effectively what you have is what they call in the plastics world a living hinge, and that will allow you to kind of service it, and then when you put these bolts back in, it'll hold it down in place. And that's about where we are right now. I'm not real keen on the fact of going after trying to get this thing out of here and then changing that actuator arm, and then chances are it would break again after however long. But this is where we are, and thanks for your time.